Welcome DTM Fatima for her workshop on coaches of value addition, surviving a turbulence. Over to you.
Thank you very much, our Master of Ceremonies. I don't have, I think I'm not, no, I am, yes. Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, district officers, members of District 20, and there is a special good morning for the organizing division, Division F, and its division director, DTM Hazem, and his team. And welcome to the fourth session of today, workshop about coaches. Before we go to that, let's talk about me for the position that I have held that are related to this session itself. I was an area director, a division director for this division itself when it was Division I, but basically I was the head of retention committee with the CGD team 2 years back or 3 years back, something like that, okay? And from that experience, I can talk more about retaining members and having coaches. Now for us, the agenda of today is to talk a little bit about clubs, to know what happened to them, why they are struggling, assigning coaches, qualifications, responsibilities, and we conclude at the end. So before we start, now I want everyone in the chat box, please, you have 2 minutes to answer the following question. Why did you join Toastmasters? I have some great answers here. We have leadership, fear of public speaking, improving presentation skills, empowered, to be empowered, public speaking, communication skills, better communicator, more leadership and communication skills, to have quality time. That's nice. Nice, improve communication. Wanted to be a better person. Wow. And I agree, because we improve ourselves in different areas. At the end, we have a better version of ourselves. That's right. So with these answers, we can say that we all love to improve our skills, communication skills, leadership skills, to have a positive environment in which we can develop and improve, to rise up. For me, basically, I joined Toastmasters because I found it the best platform for improving my English language. Though I am a teacher of English, but still, here in the Middle East, we speak English just inside the rooms, whether at university or later when I started teaching. But outside, we don't have any kind of good communication skills using the language itself. So that was another reason for me. Without a solid foundation, you'll have trouble creating anything of value. And today's value is to be trained, to become better servant leaders for our clubs, to achieve every member's goal. Now, keep in mind that you are a new member. You have like 1-2 years, you decided to take a leading role in your club. You became any of these leading roles. You got the experience, you have the knowledge, you've been trained. Now it's time to pay it forward. And how we pay it forward is to look around and see where can we give help. It's the struggling club. These struggling clubs, we don't know exactly what happened, but if you look at all reasons, the main reason for their struggling, even if they were good in the education side, it's the loss of members. With the help of the moderator, please, can you raise your hand so the moderator can unmute you and tell us what in your opinion, what are the reasons for losing members of a certain club? Please, moderator, can you help here?
Yeah, I have this one. Losing of members, simple reason. First, they don't have time, and second, work commitment. And most of the time, they think that we need to give lots of time for the Toastmasters, so they have some personal and professional life. And the least, maybe they are not confident, and some of them they will not inspired. Some of them they will not get motivated how the Toastmaster should be motivate each and every person. That kind of feelings are I identify.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Can we take another answer, please?
Okay. According to me, it's we cannot see in front what is there. When you join, you cannot visualize or realize that how much improvement they can get after joining this Toastmaster and continuing this Toastmaster. That is one of the reasons that they stop over there.
Yes. Thank you very much, Even Chair. Thank you.
You know, everyone comes here to Bahrain or Kuwait to earn money, to get, by being in a Toastmaster, they really, you know, the family feels, what are you wasting your time by not earning money, you know? So many times you lose members. They all want to join, but then it's family pressure. It's basically they're saying, why are you spending your time on things like this, where you're not bringing in money to the family?
I can't agree more. That's right. But again, because they don't see the full picture, they don't see the benefit that you gain from that. That's why they just see that you are out all the time or busy with Toastmasters. But still, yes, this is a point also to consider. Thank you. Can we take a last answer?
Yes, one point I want to just to make over here is that I really like what Toastmaster Tabassum Ali really told about forming a team and all the stages about that one. I think that applies to the club. Most of the members, in my opinion, really leave because they don't feel a part of the club or they don't feel that strong bond. Now, when you have that strong bond, even if you're not earning money, you still remain in the club because you enjoy the bond in the club.
Sure.
That overrides any other financial anything. So that what I feel is that the club should have activities that develop members to interact with each other, create a bond and feel they're part of each other, advising and helping each other. So that will make it more attractive for them. If you don't have this, you lose members, no doubt about it.
Sure, I agree, sure. And one last member to participate, if we have.
Yes, good morning. I would like to add a comment.
Yes.
Presenter and the team. So sometimes the members feel that they don't have the support from, like, for example, they would have joined the club for a particular reason, and then throughout the term, they don't see that sort of commitment from their side, and they feel left out. And then eventually the whole idea about why they join just fizzles and they leave. Yeah, so I see that that does happen sometimes. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Viji. Thank you very much. And thank you for all. Yes, losing members come under many categories and reasons. And you have mentioned actually a lot of them. Let's have them under four main reasons. The first one is loss of interest. Some of you have mentioned that because they have lost motivation, their goals are not achieved. They don't feel that they are progressing in their in improving themselves or improving their career. So why to stay there? My goals are not met. So let me just leave. They have lost interest. They have lost motivation. The other thing sometimes, and I give you an example for that, my home club TESOL, we used to meet at the Australian College of Kuwait. The room used to be full of people, members, guests. You can't imagine. We used to have extra people every meeting. The minute we decided, actually we were requested to shift and relocate to some other places, we lost members, we lost guests, and it was very hard even for the existing members to keep meeting regularly, and we kept losing many of these. So relocating sometime will create an issue for members. Sometimes they feel that it became far, it's not comfortable. Whatever the reason is, changing the location sometimes will cause losing members. Also, we have the economy, like what happened due to COVID-19 situation. Many people lost their job. Many people had to leave the country. So because of the economical situation, they couldn't renew their membership, and they have lost, and the clubs have lost their members. And we have the environment. As one of the participants said, that they don't feel that they are related to the club itself. They are not welcome. They are not part of the team. Yes, teamwork actually works within the ExCom and within the members themselves. So we need to create that rapport with them. We need to let our members feel that they are part of the big family, and each one is welcomed, and each one has a role in this club to have a successful one. But if these people don't feel that they are part of it, they will take a step back and leave. Also, if the ExCom itself is not working together as a team, bringing members is not the responsibility of the VB membership alone. It's the whole ExCom also with the members, that's right. So if we don't have that collaboration with them all, if they don't work as a team, they will not get the reasons. And there are other reasons regarding the environment. Basically, they are all to human relationships. If you don't feel that you are comfortable with the people around you, and this is the most important thing, people will leave. So these are the main 4 reasons for that. There are many other things, I think, that they come to your mind, but now here we focus on these 4. Now, if the struggling club has less than 12 members, or is not closed or suspended, we have to run for a solution. And the big concept here is to assign a coach. And the coach is a Toastmaster who's in good standing and is not part of that struggling club. This person doesn't know anything of that club, so he is looking from outside. And this is a so important condition. According to Toastmasters International, you are eligible to become a coach if you are a paid member in good standing, and if you are not an existing member at that point. Now, can you just share also, please raise the hands, and moderator, help me here. Why do we have that second condition, not an existing member? Why do you think that this condition is there?
To be impartial and bring a fresh view.
Sorry, can you raise your voice?
I believe it's to be more impartial and bring a fairer view. So you're not associated with the club, and you bring an outside view, because if you are associated with the club, you already have prejudice bias accordingly, you know.
Yes, that's true. If you are coming from outside, you can see the full, you have the full picture. You can see where are the mistakes, what happened, what went wrong, what are the qualities that make that club survive, what are the things that brought it down. So from outside, you can see better. From people within the crisis itself will keep maybe blaming each other or not admitting that there is a problem, but someone from outside can see the full picture and can point at the issue itself. Now, these are the qualities that are requested, or the qualifications that are requested by Toastmasters International to become a coach. However, I'm not sure if these 2 points are enough. I've been at the head of retention committee, and I used to assign coaches. And I don't think that these were the only 2 qualifications that we have to look for. Now I will share a link in the chat box. I want you to use it. Okay, I want you to use it to go there and share your opinion about the other qualification that you want to see in a coach. If you have a struggling club, or if you are a coach, what are the qualities that you have make you eligible for that more than these 2? Yes, can you use this link? And I see you here.
Yes, we received the link.
Yes. So use it. Okay, fine. And let's see your answers here. Yes, shows the correct way. Empathetic, supportive, leadership, teacher, committed, yes. Give a chance to everyone, experience, that's true. Knowledge, leadership again, dedication, yes. Team building, visionary, nice. Passionate. Well, that's great. So I think that you all see in this on the screen that we agree on many other qualifications that we need to have in a coach. See, if I have never been part of the XCOM, how will I go and support that team, the other club? How will I go and support that XCOM, the other XCOM? I don't have the experience. What about knowledge? We learn by doing, actually, in Toastmasters. So that was basic. You have to take that position. We all are taking that for the first. There's a first time for everything. So we are taking that for the first time. We learn through it. After that, we pass this experience and this knowledge down. So if I don't have that, I cannot give. Also, yes, I need to be committed. This is an extra work for me. If I am not fully committed to that, if I am not dedicated to that, it's not worthy to be. I will not help the other side. I need, yes, to be a great motivator, because those people lack motivation. I need to insert that again in them. Inspire, involve, have team building. Yes, I need to build a new team there. An open mind, yes, shows the correct way. All of these things are correct. And from our own perspective, yes, we need them all. So to continue now, according to what you have said, we have, okay. Yes, we have answered that question. And here we have strong leadership skills. Yes, strong communication skills, because you need to build that rapport with people. If you are not welcomed in the place, you cannot be there. To be an open mind, strong knowledge, experience, building the rapport, as we said, solving problems. These, along with all what you have said, yes, it's a big combination of qualification that we need to build a new team in the struggling club. So what are the qualities, the responsibilities? Actually, it's one big responsibility to revive the club. Now, what is the way, how we are going to do that? Now, you are the coach here. You have two sides of work you need to focus on. Starting the first side, where you have to meet the founders of the club. Why? Because they will help you to identify the issue, whether it's a problem with the team itself as XCOM members, whether it's the quality of meetings. Meetings are boring. We have some troublemakers within the members themselves. Do we have problems in the location? Whatever the problem is, we have to identify to reach to the solution. Then we have an action plan according to that issue. Now, the idea is clear for you as a coach. You move to the other side. you have to implement that action plan. Create your team, inspire them, motivate them, start promoting the club, start making the impossible, add your touches there. So make that works. Somehow, that's why we said one of the answers were to have a vision. Yes, you need to be visionary so you can see beyond what is in front of you. You have also to keep watching that performance, evaluate it from time to time, because that is the measurement of you. You need at least to make them reach distinguished level, which is 5 points. So if you don't have enough members, whatever points you get through education will not be counted, unfortunately. And of course, you have to create motivation and give chances for them all the time. So every member feels that he is part of that plan, part of that process, part of that success that will come to the club. Because at the end, when we meet and achieve the individual's goals, we will achieve the club's goals. Now, don't forget other things also. Return old members, contact them, see what happened exactly with them so they have left. Because of the old members, the drop happened. Maybe we kept 20, 22, 25, but if we keep losing old members and at the same time we don't add new members, this is where the problem will happen here. But the old members are different. You have to go there because they have joined, they have been part of that. So you need to ask what happened, why you have lost motivation, why you have lost the interest, and if there is a way to make that motivation comes back again, why not? Just return and make that old member valuable to the club. Find a role for that person because this person has the experience. Use that experience in your benefit. Promote the club to have new members, surely, especially with the help of the PR and the VB membership. Plan succession. Find now the current team worked hard and they have achieved the goals. It's our job, and that is usually happening with all the clubs, is to prepare the next set of leaders to run the club. So we need to focus on that area also. We are not only working with the current excom, no, we are preparing the future ones also. Keep in mind that you are appointed for 2 years maximum. You can be a member after being appointed, so you can help the club somehow. The club cannot have more than 2 coaches, and finally, the coach can be removed according or upon the request of the president or maybe the coach himself. And that's why when we want to assign a coach for a certain club, we first contact the president and the excom of that club, telling them about the coach that the committee is suggesting. And if it's okay, we can assign that coach for the club. Now here for the conclusion. I want actually, please moderator also help me here, one member who has been a coach, finished and completed the task successfully within 2 years to share their experience. So can I have that one person?
Toastmaster Tabassum.
Actually, I called Toastmaster Tabassum earlier, telling her, prepare yourself as about my backup plan. But other than that, is there anyone who'd like to share? If no one, then Toastmaster Tabassum, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, but I'm sure there'll be other coaches who would like to share their experience.
We are waiting.
And then I'll share.
Well, it seems that there is no one. So you can please go ahead with your, share your experience, and let us learn from it. Because of course, after being a coach, you will have other things. That's what I have said, than what we have read, to add more for us. So the mic is yours, and please go ahead.
Thank you so much. So just recently, I have completed my course objectives, okay, but the credit is yet due. Khalid Abdullah, I hope you are listening to it. The TI is yet to give the credit of coach. So yes, it was a wonderful experience, and I was the coach for leading ladies Toastmasters. So as whatever XYZ reason, the membership had come down to 5 to 6 members. So it was not just reviving with 5 members. We needed something like 11 to 12 members. So what we decided is to go ahead and conduct a speechcraft. Now, what counted in the speechcraft was one, publicity, and I would say going beyond the realms of what you're supposed to do. Is because it was our ladies club, we got these amazing keynote speakers from all over the world. Luckily, we are connected virtually to give them inputs beyond the Toastmaster objective of communication leadership. So the speechcraft was very, very effective. And at that point of time, we had around 9 to 10 members joining in. After 2 months, there were more 2 speech crafters who converted into members. So the responsibility of the coach is get innovative and see how you can build your membership. And secondly, the coach responsibility does not end up with getting a credit from the TI. I would say continue, because these members have kept faith in you. They have joined the club. So continue serving them beyond any title, I would say. So I joined the Leading Ladies Club, and presently I'm serving as VP Education to guide them into pathways, because we had 10 or 11 new members who joined in. So this is a coach responsibility, not just for the title, it goes beyond it.
That's great.
Back to you.
That's great, Toastmaster Tabassum. And because of that, you are becoming DTM, I think. Yes, we are waiting for that. DTM Khalid, you are listening.
Oh,
Thank you very much.
Everyone is waiting. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. And that was a great effort. This is what we said about experience, knowledge, being committed, responsibility, patience, everything. That was great. Tabassum, surely, indeed. Now, since we don't have another member to share their experience, can I ask our club growth director? I have one question for you. DTM Khalid Jalal.
Yeah, just make sure the question is simple, otherwise I'm not going to answer.
No, it's going to be simple and directly to the point. Now,
okay.
We used to suffer from that thing when we assigned coaches for certain clubs. What they have done, that they have brought their friends. They just made the club reach 20 members, 5-point distinguished, and they got the point. They said that we have done the job, we got the point. Then they left, the club went down again. So to avoid that issue, what do you have as a plan? How do you make sure that this coach is really qualified to take that role and to make sure that his plan is working very well?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster DTM Fatima Abdullah. What you said is basically you're touching the nerve. Is the reason why clubs fail. I've been looking at the statistics of the clubs, history of the clubs where they add members year after year. I've seen clubs where they add every year 10 members, and every year they lose 15 members. So what is the equation? You're losing and losing and only losing members. Why that happens? One of the reasons is exactly the same. I become a coach in a club. I tell my friends, please help me. Either I'll pay on behalf of you, or you just join and help me with this because I want to get my targets or credit achieved, and we can leave the club. It's basically a planned activity. In many cases, I'm not saying all the cases, but in many cases, I've seen this happening. I've seen clubs which are chartered just with paper members, and they just closed down for the following year. I've seen this for the past 3 years. It's going on. I've been studying this for the past 2.5 years, at least, since I started knowing about Toastmasters. Now, that's why my plan this term is, unless someone is properly trained, we are not going to appoint him as a club coach. We will train the person. If anyone is interested, any club is looking for a coach, approach us. We will train the person, and then we'll appoint him as a club coach. Because I don't want to see a person takes a role just for the sake of getting the credit. That's not going to, that has never helped, that is not helping, and that will never help in the future. So let's keep the fundamentals correct from now. I know it's going to be a challenge for us and for my team. I know it may upset many, but we have to do our role as per the oath we have taken. I always go to the basics. If we set the basics, the foundation correct, everything else on the top will be perfect. So it's going to be some tough challenges. Yes, we are going to monitor the coach month by month. We'll see the progress with the club, wherever we have appointed them, and make sure the coach is doing the job in the right way. Otherwise, it's again, it becomes the club decision, the president's decision, whether they want to continue with the same coach or they want to look for a better coach because there's no results coming from that particular coach. My words may sound a bit tough, but we need to take some tough decision at some tough times. I hope I answered your question.
Thank you very much. Yes, very much. Thank you for clarifying that point, because if you are training them, they at least will have the guidelines to follow. Of course, if they have the knowledge, they will be well equipped and they have the experience, but sometimes they don't know what to do with this. Even if they are trying, some of them will not to do, and that's why they have to look here and there and to create their own plan. But if they are trained, at least no one is afraid. They will take the chance and they will, now they are ready to help indeed. So I really am grateful to that initiative for training. And I'm sure that after training that you are following up also, that's so important. Thank you very much for that. And I hope.
I want to add something. When we say follow up, when we follow up, that doesn't mean we only follow up on the results. We follow up and see how we can further even develop the coach himself. If any help is required, any support is required, any idea, suggestion, any strategy workout is required, I have my team member who are always available. We will be sitting with them and the club to work together for everyone's success. I always say member is the priority. Even the coach is a member. Let's not forget that.
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you very much for your input and participation and for the effort that is going also to happen during the term itself. Thank you. And now I urge everyone that anyone who's thinking about taking this role, don't worry, you'll be trained, you will know what to do. Just also be true, be honest with yourself. Am I ready for that? Do I have the right qualifications? Can I help? Can I be committed? Just answer these questions for yourself before you apply, and the result will happen. So thank you for you, but if we still have time for some questions if we have. So moderator, can you help me please here if we have any?
Yes, there is time for questions. Should we ask the audience to type them down in chat?
Yes, they can raise the hands or chat, but I think I need the help of the moderator here. But they can just raise the hand and answer and ask, sorry.
Good morning, DTM Fatima.
Good morning.
My name is Toastmaster Usama Jabri, and I would like to check, thank you very much for this beautiful presentation. I would like to check what are the success criteria of telling that he is a successful coach? What are the criteria to say that, yes, he is doing his job, he's doing his best? It's not only the club, I believe, isn't it? I mean, the success of the club, it's something to do with the coach. Who will tell him that you're doing fine or you are a good coach?
Okay, now the first part here is about having the results on the club itself, and we can see that it's easier to reach the minimum 20 or add 5 members or and reaching the minimum distinguished level. But as DTM Khalid just said, that he will be and his team will be following the performance of that coach. He will see within the time that if this person is doing the job well, if there is a plan to follow, if there is anything to add, maybe this, as just DTM Khalid has just said, that maybe he and his team can sit with the person and support that person to add, to give any help, any kind of support. So the coach will be evaluated not only by the club results, but also by the CGD and his team. Not sure why happened that. Okay. So I hope that I have answered your question, Toastmaster Osama.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, according to here we have Toastmaster Farouk, I think. Yes, Toastmaster Farouk.
Thank you, DTM Fatima, for that wonderful session.
Thank you.
Just a quick question, like, I know that what DTM Khalid Jalal or CGD has already said, and I agree with that point. You know, when you have coaches, there are always smart people who can ace the system, you know, get through it, you know, to some requirements or something. But one of the things that I feel is that there are also some clubs who need a coach but do not want a coach. How do you convince them? And if a club is like that and you forcibly assign a coach, like if I'm assigned a coach forcibly for a club, how do I expect them to cooperate with me? You know,
see,
what are the issues how can we handle that? Yes.
I'm telling you one thing that happened to my club personally, my home club. I told you that after the relocating happened, we have lost members, we have lost money. So, and to give you a hint about my club now, most of us, they keep saying that this club is just giving leaders. Most of us have been area directors, division directors. We had the district director, we had the PQD from us. So all leaders. So when we lost members, it was that the problem was with the person whom they have assigned or whom was assigned for us. That coach was maybe 2 years of experience of being a Toastmasters. So when you bring a 2 years experienced person to people of that long experience, you cannot find the match here. It wasn't acceptable for us. So we know where was the problem. For my club, we know where was the problem, and we worked on that. We worked with the area director, and we promised that we will build the club again. We have just lost the membership. The quality is still super. So we have promised and we have achieved. We have made that promise. But for other clubs is the rapport that you need to build with the ExCom and the person. Now we have to make sure that that's why I was talking about the qualifications. It's not enough that we say for Toastmasters International, yes, it is be eligible to be paid member and not existing member. So what if I am just 1 year Toastmasters? I'm not disrespecting anyone here, but it's about the experience and knowledge that I'm going to support the other person.
So on this point, DTM Fatima, sorry.
Yes.
On this point, do you think it is feasible or a good idea that when a club coach is appointed, that the club coach is also interviewed by the club ExCom members to see the compatibility under the supervision of the PQD and the CGD to understand that team building and everything happens? Yes, please.
DTM Khalid, I have something to add, but after DTM Khalid, you can go ahead, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fatma, for giving this opportunity to clarify. Thank you, DTM Toastmaster Farouk, for this question. You know, the right to appoint a club coach is always with the club, not with anyone else. Is a club who say, I will accept this particular coach or not, then it goes to the CGD team, so that this is the coach, this is the person you have identified to be a coach. Then we want to, can we mute others? Okay. Then we basically go through the profile of the coach and say whether it's the right coach or not, then we advise. Now, your earlier question where you said the clubs are below 12, but they do not appoint the coach what to do. Unfortunately, as Toastmasters International rules and policies, is the club who is responsible to appoint the coach for themselves. They need to identify the coach. No one can enforce it. Now, that's why I said in my address earlier, and I always say this. Let's go to the basics. Why are we there? We are there for the members. If the members need to be taken care, the members need to be developed, the club needs to be developed. And to develop the club, we need to either ourselves as the club members do all the efforts to bring the club to a good standing position, or let someone contribute his knowledge and experience and support the club. But as a district or as TI, we don't have any authority or right to force any club to forcefully appoint a coach for them. It's the club who need to accept that responsibility. So the responsibility lies with the club ExCom to ensure that they are taking care of their members. And it's members who need to ask their ExCom, why are we not progressing in our membership? What is lacking? Why we are not doing the right thing for our club while other clubs are having 20, 30, 40 members? What is there that is missing? And what are you doing? What are you doing for us to be one of the top ranking clubs and to be recognized?
Yes, actually, yes. Thank you very much for that clear clarification, because I just wanted to add at the end the same thing that DTM Khaled has mentioned, that we cannot force after all. We try our maximum best level, but actually we cannot force. So we try till we reach to the best result that we have. I hope that we have answered your question. Thank you very much.
In the chat, DTM Fatima.
I can see the chat. So meanwhile, can we take the question from DTM Khaled Abdullah? Because I can see him on the screen.
Thank you so much, everyone, for having really a lovely workshops one after the other. Can I ask DFB to please mute himself, because we can hear you? I don't know what he's cooking or something. Yeah, thank you so much. What I wish to share here is not a question, it's just an experience. And I can see the light is yellow, so I'll go through it very quickly. My experience as a coach, not as a CGD. Last term, I contacted DTM Sandy of Active Mind as part of my own CGD role. They were having, I think, only 9 members renewing, and I was worried the renewal window is about to close. And she said, we need to have a coach. If we don't get a coach, then not a coach, sorry. She said, we need to have a help. If we don't get help, I think maybe the club would close. So I said, okay, let me just join the club. I did not even think that I will be assigning myself as a coach. I said, okay, let me just join the club and have more members and just maybe explore. And that's where I said, okay, since I'm joining, why don't I also assign myself as a coach? So that's where this whole thing happened. My message here, coaching is just like marriage relationship. When you enter to be a coach, you need to know in both ends. You need to know whether this would really happen, whether this would work over the long run. You need to know, you need to understand your strengths and weaknesses before you commit to it. So once you commit to it, then it's all about emotional intelligence. What worked for us in Active Minds, of course, it was just the lack of energy. Many members were not really happy with the virtual meeting. So myself and DTM Hisham Jeffrey were assigned as coaches, and we did not really do any magic. It was just maybe the new energy that came into the club itself. And I remember when we were almost there toward the end of the term, we were still lacking 6 members to be distinguished. We aced all of the educational awards, the remaining ones, but only the 6 members. The spark was, we made an open house for all of the old members who were also left Kuwait, and they are all around the world. And we asked them, why don't they just join the club? And that's where we had, I think, 21 or 22 members. So that was the turning point for Active Minds, and we managed to get president distinguished. So my message is all about, it's just like a marriage. Trust me, it's like a marriage relationship. Some of them succeed, many of them succeed. Of course, some of them might not work for one reason or the other, because both ends have to match and have to be there to help the club itself. But it's all about also emotional intelligence and how to move along with it. And back to you, DTM.
Thank you very much, our program quality director. And as you have described it as a marriage relationship, so it means that each coaching experience has its own nature. That's why what works here doesn't work there, but we try to learn from each other. And thank you for sharing. Yes, thank you very much for sharing your experience. And due to for the message that we have in the chat box, the training to be a coach, I think DTM Khaled Jalal will answer that, because I don't know about it. So can you answer it, please, DTM Khaled?
Sure, I can try, but what is the question? Sorry.
One of the members is asking about being a coach, but they want the training. So they want to be trained for that. So yeah, is there any training?
Yeah, if you want further training, please reach out to myself and my team, and we will arrange the training. It can be a group training, it can be a specific training. If a club is looking to appoint you as a coach, or a club is looking to appoint somebody as a coach specific, let us know. We will work together to do the rightful training and make sure the person is ready to be the club coach for your club. So please reach out to us and we will do all the needful for you.
That's great. Thank you very much. So the answer is to refer to the CGD and his team so he can help and you'll be trained for that. And I can see the Master of Ceremony, Adi Snehal, you can answer your question.
Before it turns red, let me quickly ask, does it work similarly for a corporate club also, which is struggling? I mean, how does it work for to get a coach for a corporate club?
See, also that works for corporate clubs, but still we cannot, you need to find the right person for that mission because it will be a little bit more difficult. And after all, again, we cannot force anyone to accept a coach, but we try. I'm telling you that for corporate, it's going to be more difficult, unfortunately, but you need to do your job, your part of that.
Thank you so much, DTM.
Thank you.
So just to add, yes, it is the same procedure. If you have a corporate club that are also struggling, they also can appoint a coach. There's no difference between a corporate club or community club. A coach can be appointed based on the conditions met. If the club is 12 and below members, you have the right to appoint a coach. So no other question on that one. And if any club which is above 12 members and they still need to bring more quality or help the members to achieve something, they can always approach us for the mini mentor approach. We have something called a mini mentor program in which we assign a coach who will not get the credit, but he's always available to support the club. That's why I was asking in the chat if anyone from the St. Paul Toastmaster Club is there, because I was appointed as the mini mentor coach when the program was started, and we also did something for the club. So it's a good program. Anyone, any club who's looking for mentors to improve the quality in any way, they can also reach out to us for the mini mentor program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, and I hope that your answer is your question has been answered. Thank you very much. And I can see the red screen. I reached the maximum time that is given to me. Thank you very much for your participation, for your attending, for being there and supporting us. And also for more, you can just reach and refer to CGD Khalid Jalal and his team. Thank you very much. And back to you, Master of Ceremony.
Thank you so much, DTM Fatima. Oh my God, that was a gold mine of knowledge that you shared with us here today. A big round of applause to you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that interactive, eye-opening, thought-provoking, and detailed workshop.
Thank you very much.
Here is your certificate of appreciation. Thank you for your time and effort.
Thank you very much.